I think he's hot.
Oh, okay.
I think he's hot, too.
He could get it.
Yeah, he totally could. But did you see the transformation he's had from like 10 years ago to now?
Yes.
It's like amazing. I mean, damn. But
I didn't realize he had so many tattoos.
Yeah,
well, I mean, I like that though.
I do too.
I just think it's interesting. Like, I just think it's interesting that even though we all have the same parts, like how we always run to the computer to like look at a celebrity naked photo. Like, it's so interesting to me.
You know why I think it is? I think it's like the one time that there's something raw about them that they're not acting or putting on or faking. You get to see the real person and see what they've got.
Exactly. Exactly.
And his was hanging. I mean, that tip was pretty low, pretty low down
pretty
there.
Low.
Yes, it was.
I was paying attention. I actually called one of my friends up. Listen, I called one of my friends up, and I said, "I want you to come look at this picture. I need you to get online, look at this picture, and tell me." And according to the tip, it looked like it had a little bit, quite a bit of girth.
Yes, it did.
I'm telling you,
I was
looking at that picture, and I studied the fuck out that picture, and I loved what I saw. Marc Jacobs, if you come out with some more pictures by accident, quote unquote. But
this might be the way that he reinvents his career.
You think he's dead or whatever? You think he's dead?
Exactly.
Oh,
I know you're a fashion guy, so tell us about his career. What do you mean?
Well, for all of those that may not know, this last fall season was his last season with Louis Vuitton after like 8 to 10 years there.
Yeah.
Because the Marc Jacobs brand had kind of been tanking for a while.
Uh-huh.
So they're reinventing the whole Marc Jacobs brand. They're ditching Marc by Marc Jacobs. Like, they're getting rid of that whole brand. So you'll start to see that in your TJ Maxx stores this fall.
But why? And, I mean, I know it's tanking, but I didn't know that it was tanking like to the that bad.
They're just restructuring. You know, it's at that point where you've got to restructure, reinvent.
They want to reinvent the brand or whatever.
Exactly. Otherwise, it's gonna fall.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, you know, as far as ready-to-wear collections go, which is his Marc by Marc Jacobs brand, it was always just kind of off the wall. It wasn't very wearable. It was more so artistic, which is great from that point, but you also want to make money.
Did you like it? Did you ever wear any of his stuff? I liked it. You didn't like it? I have
a few of it. I mean, I don't have any like major super cool fashion pieces from it, but I have some like good bags and some good t-shirts and stuff.
Okay. Well, that's good. But I like him. I like his style. Does he actually design his own stuff, or does he have a team that does it for him, by the way? Does he use his
He definitely has a team that does it for him. I can't remember the guy because he was focused on Louis Vuitton. That was his main job for so long. So he, got the Marc Jacobs brand off the ground, and of course gives it to somebody.
I see.
He created the brand with another guy. I can't remember his name right now, but they're still business partners.
Okay.
But yeah.
Interesting. Well, more power to the guy. Whatever. I mean,
Well, best of luck to him. I mean,
yeah.
Come on with some more pictures.
What about the? By the way, do you guys ever watch or have you seen the show Hunting Season?
Mm-mm.
I've heard of it, and I haven't watched it though.
Okay. Well, I'm the old one, and I watch it, so it's about y'all's generation. I mean, it's about some 20-something or whatever. It's a really good show. It's like Sex and the City for gay people. It's really good. And
really?
What network is it on?
It's on You have to buy it on Vivo or rent it on Vivo.
Oh,
what's it called? Vivio or whatever the fuck it's called. Where you watch, it's like YouTube. Vivo or whatever.
Vivio. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, okay. And I watch it on my Apple TV. But anyway, but it's through there. But I watched last season last year, and then this season just came out. It's really good. You guys should check it out. It's a really good show, and it's awful.
Is it like reality TV or
no? It's like a scripted series. But listen, you like penis? There's tons of frontal nudity on the show.
I'm about to get on my computer.
I'm telling you, and you can watch it online, and you have to pay for it to watch it. Now you can watch it for free, but if you watch it for free, they blur out the parts where
they cut the penis out.
Yeah, so if you want to see the penis, lots of penis. By the way.
So this is like HBO and Cinemax type shit, where it's like they show like
it's no different than
up to a certain point, and they just kind of stop.
Well, only if you get the free version. If you get the unedited version,
you get the premium version. You're gonna get.
And it's only like for the whole series, it's like $15 or something. It's not if you want to buy it, or you can rent the whole thing for like $9 or something.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, it's a good show. You should check it out if you want to see penis. Okay, so so we talked about that. Oh, did you see the crazy lady, the Becky Rommel chick? Did you watch that video of her, the Christian extremist chick? Did you watch
gosh,
that?
No, what? What'd she say?
You didn't see this woman?
No, I've heard of the story.
Oh my God.
I tried to watch the video, but it was like they had taken it down or something like that, or on the particular site I went to.
I want you to.
I've heard of it, and I heard it was just like some crazy old ass woman
She's
going off about some shit that no one really cares about.
Well,
but
I wanted you to hear just a little clip of it because she's fucking nuts, and it's pretty fucking funny. So I'm gonna play just like a minute of it. Here we go.
Let's hear it.
Okay.
Oops, hold on. Volume would be good.
A really sad day
Can you
for
hear
me
it?
today.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very sad day for a lot of Christ followers because today our
Why is she having a
government
breakdown?
decided that everything that God created his church to be, as man, as woman, Adam and Eve, 5 justices decided that God was wrong.
She is so dramatic.
now-
I cannot.
And then I'm gonna skip it a little bit. Wait.
All these people saying they're Christians and are
Oh my
on the
God.
Facebook going, yay! I'm so proud of those justices. Are you a Christian? Oh my gosh! Do you read the same Bible I read? Okay, all I want to know is truth. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you think about my opinion, because you know what? I could really care less. I don't care if you're my Facebook friend, but Christians are little Christ. Those are people that follow Christ. That means we believe that when babies are born, when they're conceived, it said, Jesus said, I knew you before you were conceived. That means that they are not to be aborted, okay?
Okay. Anyway.
She is going
But
in.
it goes
Right?
it goes crazier and crazier and crazier. She's fucking nuts, okay? Now, but the thing about this is that these Christian extremists are everywhere, especially here in Texas. And
God.
they're all over the place. So I wanted to ask you two if you've ever encountered someone like this in your own family or or just in public, or if you know people like this.
Yeah, I mean,
And what
I
you
have
do
people,
about it.
I have people in my family. I mean, I have an aunt. Here's the thing. I always tell that she's an undercover homophobic bitch because she's just always talking about. It's like I was just like, she's the type of woman like she just hates everyone. Like I was just like, you are like an undercover racist and an undercover homophobe because I'm just like. She always talks about how she doesn't like gay people, and like 2 women moved in next door to her, and she was like, "Oh my God, there's 2 gay women that moved in next door."
Is she afraid
But-
she's going to catch it? I mean, what is she afraid of?
She was like, well, they're nice. They spoke to me and they seemed really nice, but one looked really much. She was like, one had really strong features like a man, and I'm like, okay, and that's bothering you how? And then she would talk about. You know, she lives in Chicago, so she's like, you know, she lives in this, you know, high-rise building with like all different types of people of all different backgrounds, and she's just like, oh, you know, for some reason all these Indians are moving in, and yada yada yada. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? You know what I mean?
Well,
It's just like,
what do you think the reason is? People, I mean, I guess my point is this: most racism. Do you think it comes from people being racism and homophobia? I should say. Do you think that those things come primarily from people being religious, or do you think that they're just assholes? I mean, what is it? Where's it coming from?
I think for her it's a little bit of both,
Okay.
honestly.
And how about you, Christian?
You know, I think there's a lot of insecurity that resorts in that kind of thing, especially when it comes to race. But again, going back to the I don't like that type of culture or whatever it may be, you know, maybe she doesn't like to smell curry sauce in the hallway. I don't know.
Well, I
I
mean,
do.
but do you think these people are mentally ill, or do you think that they're not mentally ill? You think it's
I
just an
think
opinion?
that there's some point where you have to, and I guess I was wired this way, and maybe they're not, but where you just sit back and you ask yourself, how does that affect me? How does their life affect me? What is it of my concern that is going to change to their life, their world, their culture at all?
Right.
Exactly.
0. So if they, you know, maybe it is. If you can't have that intellectual conversation with yourself, then
That's the problem,
there are
though.
some
Don't you see that is the problem? These people are not intellectuals. They're not intellectual people. And the thing is, there are intellectuals that's scary that are similar in thought. But generally, these people are just not thinkers. They don't think.
Right.
And they just say whatever the fuck they were taught, and they just reiterate it or rejuvenate it. With,
Exactly.
you know, whatever.
And
She reminds me of the God Warrior from.
Somebody actually, every time I've played that, somebody says that. It's somebody actually mixed the two together on YouTube.
Shut up.
I'm not kidding. You've got to watch it. What did she say? She said, they're God. What did she say? They're God. It's not Christian. What the fuck did she say? I can't remember.
In the God Warrior?
Yeah, she said it's.
She tells the cameraman, if you do not believe in God, get out of this house right now.
Yeah, but she said she called them something like evildoers or some shit. I can't remember what she called them, but anyway, yeah, this house is full of evildoers. Yeah,
they put her through hell on that show, though.
She was a fucking nut. That's a nut right
Seriously.
there. Anyway, so do you have any more pop culture you want to discuss?
Did you guys see the new Caitlyn Jenner trailers that just came out?
Oh, I want to see that show so bad.
No.
When is it coming out?
It comes out July, I want to say 27th. I could be wrong. It's a Sunday.
Yeah. What did you think about that whole thing? I thought that was
26th.
When she came out, okay, first of all, when I saw her on the interview with Diane Sawyer, I was like, damn, I hope she gets some makeup or something.
Right.
I was like, put something on. But I knew she wasn't being a woman. She was being, Bruce. But anyway.
Right.
And so then when I saw the cover, I was like, holy fucking God.
Right.
That was amazing. She looks really amazing. I was really happy for her.
To be completely honest, for the last year since this has been like a thing, I thought it was a publicity stunt. I thought they were stirring the pot to get more views because
they are Kardashians.
I thought the tabloids started the rumor and they decided to run with it.
Mm-hmm.
So when that Diane Sawyer interview came out, at first I was like, I'm not watching that crap. Like, I no more Kardashian crap down my throat. Like, I already don't believe anything they say. But one of my friends was like, no, for real, just watch it. And I watched it, and it completely changed my whole perspective on him, on the Kardashian, that side of the Kardashian, like, Jenner clan. So, and who'd have thought all these years that, we thought Bruce was the normal one.
He is,
but he is,
but you know what I mean? Like, amidst all the Kardashian craziness.
Right.
That
but how could
saw in the tabloids. It was like, Bruce was always like that rock that was just kind of like just there.
Well, how could you have not thought that it was real? Because you saw the hair, you saw the boobs. I mean, you saw these things.
The nails, yeah.
I
guess I honestly just didn't pay close enough attention. Do you guys remember when that tabloid came out where they photoshopped like all the makeup on him and like tied the little ascot around his neck?
Yeah.
That's when I was like, okay, this is so fake.
And see, that was the same thing with me. Like, I think when these pictures were coming out and these stories about him and everything, I think I was watching, but I wasn't really comprehending at the time, like, what was about to happen. Mm-hmm. I was just like, oh, I guess, I was like, okay, maybe they're just taking, like, really bad photos of him and, just posting them just to try to,
create stories.
Yeah, exactly.
Sensationalize it. Yeah, and I think that that's the other thing, though. When it's anything Kardashian related, you have to question it anyway. I mean, come on. These are the Kardashians.
Exactly.
So, I mean, whatever. But by the way, I have to proudly say that I've literally never seen one episode of the Kardashians. Never. I don't know anything about the show. I just know about them through the media and her. What's her face. That's it.
I've seen one episode, and it's tragic.
It's definitely, it's what you put on when you're vacuuming your carpet, you're cleaning the house.
Exactly. And the one episode that I happened to watch, which was very recent, and that was because there was literally nothing on TV. Like, and I have DirecTV, and there wasn't like shit on TV. And so I was like, okay, let me see what this talk, because it was a recent episode, and I watched like 7 minutes of it, and they were like out in, I think, Colorado, somewhere where it snows a lot.
Yeah,
and they slid off the road, and then Kim started crying, and she was like, "We almost died." I'm like,
she called Kanye.
Y'all were going like, exactly. I was like, "Bitch, y'all were going like 25 miles an hour." Like, you weren't going to die.
She called. She called who? Who did she call?
Kanye.
She called Kanye.
Oh, Kanye.
I almost died.
Oh, that is so perfect. That's a perfect impression. Oh my God.
Well, and what's funny is that whole episode leads up to it. Like, it's going to be some crazy ass, like, flipping off the highway.
They have a fucking
exactly.
They have a fucking flat or something.
And they literally
just slid off the road.
They spun off the road.
Oh my God.
I mean,
hilarious.
Truck is upright. There's no damage to the truck.
Man,
literally.
And she was like, "We almost died." I'm like,
well, because her whole thing was like, she was, and this is stupid, and I don't want to get into this, but her whole thing is because she's been doing like these fertility treatments, so she was trying to get on the private jet so she could get to her clinic, so she could get to her appointment. So they were speeding.
That is
But back to the Caitlyn Jenner thing. The new commercial looks amazing. We see a clip of Caitlyn going to